Why hello there friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and today I'll be checking out another version of the song Blinded by the Light. This time it's by Bruce Springsteen, but it's not going to be the studio version. We're going to be checking out a live performance of Blinded by the Light in Dublin, Ireland 2006. If you haven't already, I encourage you to go check out my first double reaction to Blinded by the Light. That featured the original Blinded by the Light by Bruce Springsteen, so the studio version, and then Manfred Mann's Earth Band's cover of Blinded by the Light. It's a bit of a mouthful there. And long story short, I preferred the cover more than the original for several reasons, but today we're going to get another opportunity to hear how Bruce may reimagine his own song. So I'm excited to check it out and give it another shot. But before we do just that, let's thank Daniel the Warm-Hearted for making this donation request. As always, Daniel, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed your long vacation. But now, let's jump in. Also the executive producer. Okay. My primary criticism of the studio original was that it was too busy. Let's see if the live is different. Oh, I'm already vibing to this. Oh, the layering from the violin. I love the syncopated feel. Oh, I like it already. Oh, wow.
Found a tender spot and throws his lover in the sand. Some bloodshot, forgive me not, whispers daddies with an earshot, said the buckshot, turn up the band. We were blinded,
yeah.
blinded, baby, by the light.
This is the version.
Blinded, baby, by the light.
See, this is already so much more digestible to me than the studio version. And I can very clearly hear Bruce's vocals here and the melody that he's singing and the counterpoint to his melody, right? We hear it in the backing vocals, we hear it in the trombone, we hear it in the violin when it appears. It just feels a lot more cohesive in its own identity. Big fan of this energy too. Reminds me of, oh god, what is that group called? I think Moonlight Streetlight or something like that. They're a bit of like a ska rock group. I think I got that name wrong. Moonlight Streetlight does not sound right. Oh my gosh, beautiful. Oh my god, the lovely violin, the rip-roaring sax.
Some silicone sister with a manager's mister told me I got what it takes. Scotland Yard was trying out. Sent some dude to call my car. Said, do what you like, don't do it
It's
here.
such a catchy melody.
Some kidnapped handicap was complaining that he caught the clap from some mousetrap he bought last night. I snapped the skull cap, twin his ears, I saw a guy. Nigga, be alright. We were blinded, 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 baby, by the light. We were blinded, 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 baby, by the light. We were blinded, 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 baby, by the light. We were blinded, 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 baby, by the light. Mama always told me not to look into the sights of the sun.
Oh my god, the violin!
Oh, but mama, that's where the fun is.
Oh my god, oh my god. This is doing everything right. Oh my god. Oh, I love it so much. Oh my god. That version beats the original by a mile. It's not even close. From the trombone inclusion to the saxophone to the violin to the backing vocals to just the elements of this performance all having their distinct place rather than feeling very muddled together. This sounds more like Bruce Springsteen than the original Blinded by the Light sounds like Bruce Springsteen. That has to be like the best way I can describe it, because this felt so familiar to me and it was so catchy, energetic, fun. I love Bruce's energy in this. Of course, Bruce is the master of energy and stage presence and just being the front man, but you really don't get to have that as much in the studio versions of these songs. And given how chaotic the original was, it was honestly hard to tell all of these different elements apart and give Bruce even the melodic credit that he deserves, as we heard in this live performance. The timbre of his voice against the rest of the instrumentation really also stands out in my mind, because Bruce always, well, not always necessarily, but in this moment has that gravelly voice that he's bringing forward, and everybody else in the call and response moments have a brighter, more full sound. So Bruce, with his grit, with that fullness surrounding him, or at least matching him in a back and forth kind of fashion, you have this really bouncy song. It's almost like ping-ponging back and forth between Bruce and the rest of the band, and it works marvelously. Now, maybe the next question you may have in your mind is, well, Sohum, how do you compare this now to Manfred Mann's Earth Band's cover? Manfred Mann's Earth Band's cover. That's such a mouthful. We'll call it MMEB. Well, first things first, I think the original is probably the lowest in preference out of the three. So the comparison is between MMEB and this live performance. And I think because they are so staggeringly different in terms of their quality, in terms of their style, it has to be a kind of 1A, 1B situation, and you just have to ask me on the day what energy I'm looking for. Today of all days, for whatever reason, I'm kind of in a bit of a downer kind of mood. I just feel a little bit more tired than usual. I don't know why. And for that kind of mood, I really appreciate songs like this that are fast-paced, energetic, and just kind of can take me out of my own head. But on the flip side of that, I also like songs when I'm in that mental space that are like slower in tempo and more digestible. I can kind of sink into those feelings more too. which the MMEB version would allow me to kind of rest and relax more. I think because it's today, I prefer the MMEB version just so that I could take things in more slowly, deep breaths in and out, that kind of thing. But this version with the energy, I can just imagine myself putting this on like a jogging playlist and just going and having it on loop and just going for miles. It's very fun. Thank you, Daniel, for putting this one on my radar. It actually paints the original studio version in a better light now, knowing that this version of Blinded by the Light exists. I'm very happy today. Thank you so much, my friend. I hope you all enjoyed my reaction. If you did, you can hit the link in the description box down below to request one yourself. But I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, my friends. Take care and peace.